Welcome to probably the cheapest deck that can make you reach diamond. This deck only has 4 URs if you don't count the hand traps, and it's a cheap version of Runic Generator. So if you are a new player or starting a new account, I recommend building this deck because it's cheap and very easy to play. So first let's get to the deck list and then I'll explain some pros and cons of this deck. So first of all, 3 Maxis, I don't have to explain why, they should be in every deck. Then 2 Ashes, I don't play 3 Ashes because I don't find Ash that good in this meta. Snake Eyes and Labyrinth don't really care about an Ash, so I just put 2 in it. Then Lob to the Shadow of the Generator bosses. This card is probably one of the most important cards of your deck. If you can tribute this card and then summon 1 generator monster from your deck, and on your opponent's turn it gives every generator card plus 1000 attack and defense. You have to put 3 Lobter in it because Lobter is a way to get your field spell, and the field spell is the most important card of the deck. Now Model Generator Boss of Light. She's a generator card searcher. You only put 1 of her in because alone she's a brick, so you don't want her in your hand. If you don't have the field spell in your hand, you use Lobter to special summon her and then search for the field spell because, as I said before, the field spell is your main card. The deck's main objective is getting the field spell out. Then you have Utgarda, Generator Boss of Illusion. His effect is you tribute 2 generator monsters and then target 1 card on the field to banish it, and your field spell fills your board with generator tokens, so you use them to banish a card from the opponent. Then we have our main boss monster, Hard Generator Ball of Storms. Hard is probably the strongest card in the whole deck aside from the field spell. So what can Hard do? Hard has 2 effects. First of all, if your opponent adds a card from their deck to the hand, you can force him to send 1 monster from their hand or field to the graveyard, which is already pretty good. But he also has a second effect. You can tribute 2 generator cards and then negate an activation, so it's an omni-negate like Baron de Fleur. Then you have 3 Valas. Vala's effect can be activated in the hand or graveyard, and its effect is you can send 1 other generator card from your hand to the graveyard and then you can special summon her. And if she's special summoned, you can special summon 1 generator monster from your hand or graveyard. And this is a very strong effect. Why? These 3 generator cards are bricks without anything else, so if you have Vala in your hand, you can put 1 of them in the graveyard, special summon her, and then special summon the other generator card. She also has an effect that if you special summon her, she gets banished when it leaves the field. But that doesn't really matter because you use her to XYZ summon, and if she's for XYZ summoned, you can detach her and then she gets put in the graveyard. Then I play 1 Nibiru, 1 Happy's Feather Duster, and 2 Generator Boss Quests. What's the effect of Generator Boss Quest? You can reveal 1 generator monster and then shuffle it into the deck, but then you can add up to 2 generator spells and traps to your hand, and that is a good way to get the field spell in your hand. Then you play 1 Triple Tactics, and then the most important card of the deck, Generator Boss Stage or Field Spell. What can Generator Boss Stages do? When a card is added from the main deck to your opponent's hands, so when they draw a card, you can special summon 1 generator monster from your deck in defense position. And if it's your opponent's turn, you can fill your board with generator tokens, but destroy them during the end phase. So why is this card good? You can do multiple combos with that. The most simple one is first of all you summon Lobter, and then boost all generator tokens attacked with 1000, and then you tribute 1 generator token and summon Hari, your boss monster, which then can tribute 2 generator tokens to negate a card. The other combo you can do with Generator Boss Stage, if your Hari is in the graveyard, you can summon Vala, then you activate the Generator Boss Stage to fill your board with tokens, and then as a chain you activate Vala's effect to bring Hari on the board, and then you again have his negate up. Then you have Runic Fountain. I will talk about Runic Fountain later. I then have 2 Called by the Graves to negate the hand traps of the enemies. Then 3 World Legacy Monstrosity. World Legacy Monstrosity can special summon 1 level 9 monster from your hand. So if the only thing you have is Mardel, you can special summon her to get the field spell. Or the other effect, which is pretty broken, you can target 1 level 9 monster you control, special summon from your deck 2 level 9 monsters, each with different original types and attributes. So pretty much you can target 1 of your level 9 monsters and summon 2 other ones. The broken part about this is the effects are not negated, so if you summon Mardel and Vala, you can summon more generators and get the field spell, and then you can go into XYZ plays. I then played 3 Runic Flashing Fire. It's a quick spell and you can target one special summoned monster your opponent controls and destroy it. And the other effect is you can special summon one runic monster from your extra deck. Usually you summon Sleipnir to Runic Main because it's a target for World Legacy Monstrosity, but I'll talk about it when we get to him. Then I play one Runic Destruction, it's a spell and trap destroyer. And all the quick spells, by the way, can summon a runic monster, so I won't talk about that effect again. Then I play two Runic Freezing Curses, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls and negate the effect. Runic Slumber, you can target one face-up monster on the field, the next time that monster will be destroyed by battle or card effect. This turn it is not destroyed. So if your opponent plays Raigeki or something on your Haru, instead of using the negate of Haru, you can just use it that. One Runic Golden Droplet, your opponent draws one card, then you banish the top 4 cards of the deck. If the game goes long enough, you could win the game, but I never use that effect. I pretty much only use the special summoning of a runic monster. Then you play one Runic Dispelling. When your opponent draws a card, except during the draw phase, you can discard one card from the hand. And to generate a boss fight, you can activate one field spell, but then your opponent draws a card. So you can also use this on your turn to special summon a generator monster. Then we go to the extra deck. I'll talk about these two later. First of all, Sleipnir the Runic Main. Sleipnir the Runic Main is the main reason why Runic Generator works now, because it's a level 9 monster. You special summon it with a Runic card and then use World Legacy Monstrosity on it, and then you can summon 2 other generator cards. Its effect is pretty lackluster. During your opponent's battle phase, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls and banish both that monster and this card until the end phase. And if it's your turn, you can do the same, but on your main phase. I'll also talk about this later. You then have 2 Phantom Fortresses. Phantom Fortresses is one of the best XYZ targets. If you XYZ into it, you can banish one card from your opponent's hand, and if you're first, that's a pretty good effect. Otherwise, you can also banish one card from that your opponent controls or from their graveyard. Then you have 2 Infinite Track Earth Slicers. When this card destroys an opponent by battle, you can attach that card to this as material. And you can detach any number of materials from this card, then target that many cards on the field and destroy them. Then I play one 9 Lives Cat. You can detach one material from this card, then target one level 9 monster in your graveyard or one monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it. Then one Sacred Tree Priest. During your turn, when you activate a card or effect, you can target one card of the same type, so a monster, spell or trap, in your graveyard, attach it to this card as material, and on your opponent's turn, when he activates an effect, you can detach one material of the same cards. So for example, if he activates a spell, you can detach a spell and negate the effect. For the other 3, you can put whatever you want in there. I put Nightmare Phoenix, Hita and Topology Bomber in there. But if you have Access Code Talker, or if you have Levitine and Jomungand, I would recommend putting them in it. Otherwise, you can pretty much choose whatever you want for the last 3 extra deck monsters. Now for these cards, these are US and there's a reason I didn't talk about them. You don't need these 3 cards to play this deck. It makes the deck better, but without these 3 cards you can easily reach Plat and maybe Diamond, but it will be very difficult to reach Diamond without these cards. Runic Fountain should be obvious. If you have runic spells in your graveyard, you can activate the spell, and then after you activate a runic quick spell, you can target up to 3 runic spells and then draw 3 cards, and that's pretty broken. And you can activate your runic quick spells from your hand. Then we have Eugene the Runic Wings. If Eugene is special summoned, you can discard 1 card and add 1 runic field spell from your deck to hand. I recommend playing her because you can bait out your opponent's hand traps with her. That's the main reason why I use her. If you activate her effect, the opponent most of the time uses something against her, for example Aphis or Infinite Permanence effect Valors. So it's a nice bait. And the second effect, it can protect your field spell because she can banish herself to save a card from being destroyed. Then we have Gary the Runic Fangs. If your Runic Fountain is in the graveyard, you can use him to put it back in your hand. And now we have number F0, or how I like to call him, number 4, or Topic Future. Why do I recommend playing him? Because with him you can do the most broken combo with this deck. If you manage to have 4 level 9 monsters, which is possible with World Legacy Monstrosity, you can summon 2 Phantom Fortresses, discarding banishing 2 cards from the opponent's hand, and with these 2 Phantom Fortresses you can go to number 4 or Topic Future, and then with that you go to number 4 or Topic Draco Future. What is the effect of number 4 or Topic Draco Future? First of all, it cannot be destroyed by card or effect, by battle or effect, and once per turn when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can detach 1 material from this card, negate the activation, then if it was a monster you can gain control of it. And that's pretty broken. Banishing 2 cards from your opponent's hands and then getting a Omni negate, then getting a monster negate that can take control of the monster is pretty fucking good. Now for the pros and cons. The pros are this deck is very simple. The main goal of this deck is always getting the field spell generator boss state and with summoning Har with it, or summoning XYZs to banish his hand and setting up negate. The cons is it's not the best going second deck. If you don't have any hand traps or runic cards in your hand going second, then it's probably going to be a loss because you can't deal with negates that good. Alright, I hope I explained everything clear enough, so let's get to some matches. With a hand like this, what I like to do is first of all activate a runic spell to special summon 1 runic monster. The first card I enjoy special summoning is Eugene the Runic Wings. Why do I special summon her? For a simple reason, to bait out hand traps. So if the enemy has infinite permanent, effect veil or ash, you can easily bait it out with her. If you have Vala in your hand, always discard her because her effect can also be activated in the graveyard. So then I'm gonna activate Vala's effect, discarding Mardel, special summoning Vala, and then also special summoning Mardel. And with Mardel's effect you can get the field spell, which makes you win the game, I guess. So why did the enemy surrender? First of all, he didn't have any hand traps, so he couldn't stop a combo, and second of all, our end bot would have 2 Omni negates and 1 discard, which he probably didn't have an answer to. So on the third game, we are playing against a burn player. So what am I doing? Once again, I'm activating a runic spell to summon Eugene. I'm trying to bait out an Ash or Effect Veiler. In case he activated it, I could have activated Triple Tactics as a response, but he didn't activate anything, so I just discarded Triple Tactics because we didn't need it anymore. Now, as I said before, you don't really need Eugene to play this deck. But if you have Eugene, at the beginning of the game you can always try to bait a hand trap, so that's why I recommend having Eugene in it. Or is it pronounced Huggin? I don't know. The next thing I did was play the field spell and lay my runic quick spell, which destroys 1 special summoned monster. At the draw phase I activated my field spell to summon out Lopter. So why do you summon Lopter? The field spell fills your board with generator tokens, and Lopter can tribute 1 generator token to summon any generator card from your deck. And summoning Lopter first is good because Lopter gives all your generator monsters in your opponent's turn 1000 attack and defense, which usually is better than just summoning your boss monster alone. Except if your opponent has Raigeki or a Kaiju or Lava Golem, which usually doesn't happen, except for fucking now. And Lopter sadly only can activate his effect after your opponent activates effect first. So as I said before, our opponent is a burn player, so of course he sets 4 and passes. So because of the field spell at the end of the opponent's turn, all your generator tokens will be destroyed. And Eugene has an effect where if a card will be destroyed, you can banish it to save them, but the generator tokens are not worth it. So now that I know that I play against a burn deck, I tribute summoned Vala. Because we don't really need the Eugene, and getting 1000 damage from a Lava Golem can be dangerous against burn decks. And now with this deck, always try to remember to enter the battle phase first before ending the turn. Most runic cards skip your battle phase, so in Master Duel, if you don't enter the battle phase but go on your end phase, your next battle phase will be skipped. And remember that your main phase too gets also skipped. So in his turn I activated the field spell again, and I summoned our boss monster Har. And Har is the most broken card in our deck. He's an Omni-Negate with a discard effect. But our opponent sadly activates Ghost Mana and negates our Har. And after Har got negated, I filled my board with generator tokens. Now our opponent tried to deal 500 damage to us for every card we control, but what you didn't know is that Har still can tribute 2 generator tokens even though he's negated. And after that, he inflicted 200 damage to me for every card in my hand and every card I control. So on my turn I activated my Runic Flashing Fire to summon out Sleipnir, the Runic main. With Sleipnir and Vala I go into Infinite Rack Earth Slice, and with Earth Slicer I want to destroy 2 of his traps. He activates something in response which doesn't change anything. And after destroying his 2 traps, I end my turn. Now at this point I don't know why he doesn't FF. With the field spell I can summon a target banish and I still have my Omni-Negate on the field. So this pretty much is unlosable. He sets a trap, I banish it and I win the game. So I could show you more games, but it's pretty much always the same. Your end goal always is to get the field spell and summon Har, or summon a negate. But you can find that on other generator videos, so the thing I'm gonna do now is show you the number 4 combo. So to do the number 4 combo, the first thing you need to do is have 4 level 9 monster on the field. Best way to do it is with World Legacy Monstrosity. This card is broken. With this card you can either special summon 1 level 9 monster from your hand, or you can target 1 level 9 monster and summon 2 different ones from your deck. And don't worry, I have Runic Tip in this clip, but I won't be using it. You don't need this to do your combo. So the first thing I'm doing is summoning Sleipnir, the Runic main. And because he's a level 9, I can target him with World Legacy Monstrosity. And because of that I can summon Har and Vala for my deck. After summoning Har and Vala I can activate Vala's effect, which makes me special summon another level 9. Now that we have 4 level 9 monsters, we can summon 2 Phantom Fortresses. The effect of Phantom Fortress is you can either banish a card from your opponent's field, hand or graveyard. We are summoning 2 Phantom Fortresses and banishing 2 cards from the opponent's hand. After banishing the second card, we can use our 2 Phantom Fortresses and summon number 4, Utopic Future, and with number 4 Utopic Future we can summon the other number 4. And the other number 4's effect is he can negate a monster and take control of it, and he's indestructible. And if I would have the field spell in my hand, that would probably be the strongest generator combo you could do. And that's pretty much it about the deck. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Otherwise, if you liked the video, feel free to like and subscribe. And if you have any other fun or cheap deck ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'd love to try them out. And that's pretty much it. Bye bye.